Hello again, I'm Dr. Nunez with Living Health. Today I want to review for you a couple of articles that have come in the popular media, in the Wall Street Journal specifically, yesterday and today, on the 12th and 13th, regarding sleep and recommendations of sleep. And I'll go through them and I'll link to them in the description below. And we can review them together and you can see some of these recommendations, which are generally accepted. Sleep is one of the important pillars of lifestyle medicine, and that's what these talks are about. Lifestyle, what you can do for yourself, the decisions you make on a daily basis that can improve your health and your well-being. And if you like these kinds of talks, press that thumbs up, press the subscribe button, press the little bell for further notifications of videos, and leave a comment. It's always appreciated. So yesterday, we'll get right into it, the Wall Street Journal had an article, "To Get a Better Night's Sleep, First Fix Your Day." And this touches on a couple of points in lifestyle medicine. It touches on the point of stress, which is one of the pillars. Reducing stress is a very important part of lifestyle medicine, and getting enough sleep, restful, restorative sleep. So what do they say right off the bat? One of their recommendations is wake up the right way. Good night's sleep starts with having a regular wake-up time. Well, that is very true. Too often, people are moving their time, whether they go to bed or wake up at different hours on different days. The better thing is to establish a routine that you can fall into. The same bedtime and the same wake-up time 7 days a week, if that's possible. People that are running it back and forth are basically jet lagging yourself. You're getting into a circadian rhythm problem, and you're never catching up because your body's never had time to adjust to the change in the sleep schedule. When you establish that routine, you want to have enough time that you can sleep 7 to 9 hours every evening. That's how you get restorative sleep. What else do they say here? Move more and turn your pandemic brain off. Okay, that means having routines. Moving more is also exercise. Exercise is one of the other pillars of lifestyle medicine. So if you move more during the day and you establish a routine of exercise during your day, you can improve your sleep in the evening. This is very much the case, and it helps you manage that stress of things running in your head constantly, so that maybe you can start to wind down and turn that off. So you do want that little wind down period at the end of your day, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, where you establish little rituals that you can start to darken your room, start to decrease your screen times, or darken your screens, or get off your screens altogether, and establish a ritual so that you're triggering in your mind, oh, it's bedtime. This is time for sleep. Could be changing into your pajamas, taking a warm bath at night. What else do they put? Watch what you drink is the next advice. And yes, this is important. And they mentioned caffeine here. So if you're a big coffee drinker, yes, try to restrict that to the morning hours. In the afternoon, try to eliminate the caffeine if you can. And caffeine is not just in coffee, but it's in a lot of sodas. So be careful with that. It's also in iced tea, it's in green tea. So be careful with those things if you're having issues with sleep. The other thing to be careful with is alcohol. And they also mention alcohol in the article. It's a good call. You don't want to drink too late if you do drink alcohol, and you don't want to drink to excess, definitely. The idea of a nightcap is not a good idea. Yes, sometimes it can help you initiate that sleep, but then you're going to wake up in a couple of hours. It starts to break up your sleep. And that's not that restorative, nice, continuous rest that you can get through your night. So avoid that, and if you do drink alcohol, do it earlier in the evening so your body has time to metabolize it before bedtime, and make sure you're hydrating appropriately, because alcohol is a diuretic. and it may tend to dry you out. What's the other point here? Avoid naps or keep them short. Yes, if you're having trouble sleeping in the evenings, try to restrict your sleeping during the day. Try not to go and nap. And by avoiding that, you might start to get a little more tired, and it builds towards the end of the day so you can fall into a nice restful sleep. And then the last one they put in this article from yesterday was work on reducing stress. Yes, as I've mentioned, stress reduction is a very big important point. It's one of the pillars of lifestyle medicine. If you can find techniques to do this, whether it's mindfulness, meditation, prayer, practicing gratitude, I have other videos on these things too, that can help you change that mindset of reacting stressfully to other things that are happening around you. Remember always, the stress is not just because something's happening around you, it's principally how you respond to those things. So if you could change somehow the circumstances or what's causing you the stressors, then okay, go ahead and do it. The other thing you have control over is how you react to those things. So with a little training, mindfulness, or cognitive behavioral therapy, if you have a therapist or the like, they can coach you on some of these things, or things that you do on your own through meditation, through the use of exercise, through the change in your routine during the day can help as well. So the other article, that was an article that came out yesterday on the 12th, and I'm linking to it below. The other article in the Wall Street Journal from the 13th, which is when we're recording this, is how to stay asleep at night. No clocks, no pets, and no Netflix. So it's a catchy title. They do give some good advice, and I wanted to review it for you also. So one of the things they mention is what we were talking about. Take your pre-sleep routine seriously. So this is part of that winding down. If you're working at home, sometimes you might be working in a very casual attire that we call athleisure and things like this. It's just not very dissimilar to a pajama. So one of the things you want in your routine is maybe that you do change out of that and change into PJs, and that starts to trigger in your mind, okay, it's bedtime. Try it during that period in the evening to start dimming your lights, start cooling your bedroom, start darkening your bedroom, and start getting off of screens if you can. And that's the next point they make here, is avoiding screens, especially in the evening hours. And if you're working from home and you're on these video calls, that's what you want to start to reduce, all that screen time. You can set these screens nowadays also to darken and to reduce some of that blue light and the like, and that can help you restore some sleep. So it might not be the best idea to be watching videos at night to fall asleep. Maybe just switch to a book, switch to a quieter activity. Definitely don't be watching thrillers and things like this. That'll keep you going. Maybe avoid the news, which can be particularly irritating to some in the evening hours. What else? Your bedroom office situation isn't helping. So again, here what they're targeting is the folks that are working from home. It's best to have a designated area for your sleep. So if you're actually working in your bedroom, you may want to limit your work activity perhaps to a desk in a corner, so that you in your mind have the sensation that when you go to that corner, that's work. And when you step away from that, you're no longer focused on work. You can disconnect from that. And that's part of the thing that you want to set up. And in your bedroom, you want that darker, you want it colder in the evening so your body prepares itself for sleep. What else? The next point they make, don't look at the clock. If you do wake up in the middle of the night, don't look at the time. That's a good one too. And be careful with these clocks that may be bright. If you have a bright clock, you may want to just even turn it down so the screen is facing down and it's not giving off any light or activity. Constantly looking at the clock, if you are having trouble falling asleep, can just make you a little more obsessive about the fact that you're not falling asleep. So don't do that. And if you can, take a step back, and if you're not sleeping, just get out of bed. Give yourself 15, 20 minutes, and then just get out of bed and sit quietly in a corner, maybe read something, or do something that you enjoy doing, a little puzzle or knitting that's quiet, that's calming, and that might help you get back into sleep. And then when you feel tired again, go back to your bed to see if you could fall asleep. What else do they put it here? Try a 2-week test. So occasionally you do have bad nights of sleep, but it says if you're regularly having difficulty falling asleep at bedtime, they suggest 2-week test where you eliminate all activity from your bed, so that you stick only to sleep and sex in the bed. And that's how you eliminate things. Some people have gotten into the habit of doing too many activities when they're lying down and trying to rest or wind down. And so use a 2-week period to try to readjust and get rid of all these other things that you're doing in bed, to try to reset yourself. And I think that is good advice. So again, I wanted to touch on these points. These are articles that come out in the popular media. They're linked below. And these are about lifestyle. It's getting more coverage, these issues of lifestyle medicine, of how you can do things that will really improve your lifestyle, your health, your sense of well-being. Sleep is one of those big pillars. Stress is one of those pillars. Exercise is one of those pillars as well, apart from nutrition and eliminating or limiting alcohol, limiting caffeine, limiting other things like smoking too, which can interfere with sleep. If you like these kinds of videos, press that thumbs up, press that subscribe button, press the little bell for further notifications, and leave a comment. It's always appreciated. And again, until next time, this is Dr. Nunez with Living Health. Bye-bye.